My interpretation of light is strong and powerful, with lots of movement. For my technique, I created two beams of light, one higher than the other, so when she moves, she creates different looks. My name is James, I'm from the United Kingdom and I'm a sales and technical consultant. First, we're going to section off our two prisms, working underneath our parting and along the parietal ridge. Working on our first prism, taking a small fine section, this is where we're going to create our first beam. We're going to apply our first formula, which is dual purpose lightener, 2 fingers depth away from the hairline. This beam is about 1 inch thick, and then using our finger to blend up and down that section to create different lines. Repeating the next section, over directing that hair onto the previous section, applying our lightener and blending with our finger. You repeat this process until you reach the end of that section, enclosing up in a foil. Repeating the same thing on the other side, but this time using the bottom of your first section as a guide. Again, apply dual purpose lightener, 1 inch thick, and using your finger to blend out those lines. Repeat the process, again over directing everything forward onto that section until you run out of hair, making sure you have good saturation, and when finished, enclosing in a foil. Here you can see the finished look of phase 1. You've created 2 beams of light, one higher than the other, giving a gradient of colour from the front to the back. Now we're going to do phase 2 of this technique. Resectioning off the 2 prisms that we had in the beginning, and we're going to be working on the left hand side first. We're going to take small sections, again over directing it forwards onto her face, applying formula 1, which is a 9VG and 9V to our band of light, and then applying formula 5, which is 6AA and 1AA to the remaining hair, so the roots, mid-band and ends. Cover with a foil. Take another section and we're going to apply formula 2, which is 8C and 8PA to that band, making sure you've got good saturation, and applying formula 5 again to the root, mid-band and ends, making sure you blend those 2 colours together. Cover with foil and repeat. Now onto our third section. This is where we add in our strong brightness of colour. So we're going to be using Pop XG yellow, and we're going to put in that stripe of colour quite freehand wherever you want that placement to be, and then infilling the rest of the hair with 9G. And repeating our same colour from the root, mid-band and ends, making sure we blend everything together. Repeat this process, alternating between our formulas until you reach the end of that section. Now onto our second prism. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did in our first, alternating between our formulations, just remembering to give a good saturation onto our beam and to the mid-lengths and ends. Continue working back to the end of that section. Once that's completed, we're going to apply again formula 5, 6AA and 1AA through the remaining hair from roots to ends, making sure you've got good saturation and combing through. Once completed, we're going to process for 20 minutes. I hope you enjoy it.